Hey everyone, it's Stranger Grayson here. Welcome back to another horror movie review. Today, we will be continuing the Wrong Turn franchise, and I think we're about halfway finished. We've got about 3 movies left. But today, I have another entry in the franchise to review for you, and that is Wrong Turn 4 Bloody Beginnings. Now, this came in a 5-film pack with parts 1 through 5. We're about done with this Blu-ray case. Got one more to review, and then it's on to 6 in the remake. But today I'll be talking about Wrong Turn 4 Bloody Beginnings, which is also back here. So, this is the unrated cut, by the way. So, Wrong Turn 4 Bloody Beginnings. What is it about? So, Wrong Turn 4 takes place before the events of the first film, as you can probably tell from the title. And I'm assuming they did that because they wanted to bring Three Finger back and Sawtooth and One Eye, because, they were all dead by the end of 3. So we get introduced to them as children at the start of the movie. They're in a mental asylum, being, watched over by some doctors. And while they're there, a female doctor gets grabbed by one of the other patients. She's eventually freed, but unbeknownst to her, they had grabbed a lockpick and stole it. And they unlocked their gate and freed all the mental patients in the asylum. And they let loose on the asylum. They murder all the staff, I'm assuming, in the asylum, including the main 2 doctors that were shown in introducing us to the Cannibal Hillbillies. So this took place in 79, I think, or 75, something like that. Then we fast forward to 2003, so literally right before the first movie took place. And we get introduced to our main cast. You got Sarah, Vincent, Daniel, Kyle, Claire, and Bridget, and I think I'm missing one more person, but most of these characters are forgettable, except a few of them. So they are traveling up to the mountains up in West Virginia, which it's currently snowing at this point, which I will point out, the snowy environment for this film is definitely a change of pace. I do enjoy seeing a snowy environment. But they're going up to the mountains to visit their friend Porter. They're staying at their friend Porter's cabin. However, Kyle does not know the directions, or he forgot the directions, so he sends them in a wrong turn, pun not intended. And they eventually get lost in a snowstorm, but they find the asylum that was abandoned for about 30 or 20-something years. So they get there, and they walk inside. They see the whole place is abandoned. Nobody's been there. They run into some files from the asylum. So they decide to camp there for the night, since, the snowstorm is really bad and nobody can leave. So they're camping out in the asylum. Everything seems cool. They got the generator running. Power's back on. Unbeknownst to them, the 3 cannibals, Three Finger, Sawtooth, and One Eye, are living there. And they have killed their friend Porter and brought him back up to the asylum and are butchering him and eating him. So Vincent goes out to explore, and then he goes missing. Then they wake up the next morning and they realize that something truly horrible is going on in the asylum, and all hell breaks loose once they find out the truth. Wrong Turn 4 was a film that I had low expectations for, after 3 was a real step down from parts 2 and 1. But watching it really, I think, is better than 3. Not sure about 2 and 1, but definitely a huge step up from 3. I think the characters here were a lot more enjoyable. Sure, there was some bad writing, but Declan O'Brien came back as a director for this film. He was director for the 3rd movie. He came back and directed this film. I think bringing back the original 3 cannibals from the first film definitely did some justice. I always miss those guys. Apparently, they were trying to get them to look like how they did in the first film, but you really can see some differences. But, it's it's understandable seeing how they only had like 2 weeks to do this from some behind the scenes stuff that I saw. The setting itself, where we're in an asylum and in like a snowy snowstorm type environment, I definitely thought that was a good change of pace from just being out in the woods, you know, getting killed. The snowstorm, wintertime stuff, I thought that was pretty cool to see. You don't see that a lot in horror films, a snowy environment, except if you're looking at like Christmas horror films, which there's not really a lot out there besides like Silent Night, Deadly Night, and what's another one? Black Christmas, you know, stuff like that. But it's very rare to see in these types of horror films. The kills, though, if you're a kill fanatic about horror films and you really love the kills in horror films, this will not disappoint you whatsoever. The kills in this film, my God, there is a lot of them, and they are gory as hell. There's a part where a dude gets like his arms and legs ripped off, one of the doctors at the beginning, and then there's another one where I'm not going to tell you who it is, but there's a part where they're literally eating a man alive, like cutting bits off of him and just eating him right in front of him. It's terrifying. I'm not going to tell you who it is, because, you know, spoilers, I don't want to give away any major people that get killed, but yeah, be on the lookout for that. It was terrifying and really painful to watch. Just, you know, terrible. The ending, though, as it is a prequel, you know the 3 main killers are going to survive. The ending really did kind of shock me, to say the least, but then again, it is understandable seeing how it is a prequel. You'll understand once you watch the film for yourself. I'm not going to spoil what happens, but it definitely did shock me and did make me feel kind of sad because I did enjoy these people. So overall, this definitely was, you know, not a great film. Definitely not as good as parts 1 and 2. You can tell that some of the writing was really, you know, rushed and everything. But, you know, kills wise and a few of the characters were really memorable. I am glad that we got I am glad that we got One Eye and Sawtooth back. Definitely have missed those guys since the end of the first film, because, you know, they got killed at the end of that film. But yeah, other than that, this movie was definitely an interesting one. I know a lot of people give it hate, but me personally, I enjoy it. I will stand by this film, seeing how it's so bad it's good, and definitely a huge step up from 3. You know, 3 was just like boring and just, I don't know. I felt like it was lacking in the CGI, but you can tell they really tried to go for as less CGI as possible. I mean, you know, some kills in there you can see CGI, but other than that, it's not really too noticeable. I do like the practical effects and the behind the scenes stuff I saw. So with that out of the way, I will say this. From what I understand, here on out, things are going to get really bad. Hopefully not Silent Night, Deadly Night 3 bad, and hopefully not Thanksgiving bad. But from what I understand, the films are going to get much worse after this point on. So I'm really nervous. Please let me know if I should be prepared for how bad they are, because I still got to watch 5, 6, and the remake. So, yeah, definitely nervous to watch the rest of the films, but other than that, I really did enjoy this film. You know, ending was shocking and kind of sad, and you knew the 3 main killers were going to survive, so, you know, there's that to look forward to. Anyway, that has been my review on Wrong Turn 4, Bloody Beginnings. Pretty solid film. You know, characters, some were forgettable, some were great. I definitely did enjoy some of the actors I saw in here. If I had to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably give it about a 7.5. You know, there were definitely some memorable kills and some memorable parts in here. There were some really laughable parts where it was so bad, it was good. Like, I literally laughed at some kills and, like, just some stupid comedy stuff that they threw in there. But, you know, other than that, yeah, 7.5 out of 10. If you guys have any thoughts on this film, please let me know down in the comment section down below. Would really love to hear your thoughts on it. Thank you all for continuing to watch this series with me. I know I've been dragging it on, but I'm trying to keep it in the month of June, and I'm trying not to rush through them. I'm trying to like space them out a few days apart, but hopefully you've been enjoying the reviews nonetheless. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next horror movie review or haul or whatever I do. and it's probably going to be the next Wrong Turn film. So God bless you all, and have a great weekend. Bye, everyone.